Happy Friday, folks. Billy here again. Just going to get into some more pallet projects for you all. So here we go. No messing. Just let's get into it. You all know who I am and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to stand there and waffle for about 20 minutes. So I'm just using some more of the packs of the pallet wood I bought in. I'm just going to measure them out. Now these two little projects are super easy, beginner friendly. Anybody can do them. If I can do them, anybody can do them. So I'm just marking out. I don't know specific sizes. I'm just going to sizes what's in my head. For this particular bit I'm cutting here, and then the second project I have marked off around something to give me an idea. So I'm just marking around this plant pot here, like a mini plant pot with a plant in it, one of Shelley's plants. The house, inside the house, it's starting to look like a bit like a tropical rainforest with Shelley. She's not good with sort of plants. They always end up dying, but for some reason all these plants seem to be living for some reason. I ain't got a clue why. It's just not like her to keep things. It might be because she's ginger or something like that, I don't know. So there's Stanley, my dog. I need to have a clean round that sort of UPVC frame there. There's a lot of sawdust mounting up. So I'm just going to go on here. Just going to cut things up. Now if you notice with this sort of mask I've got, I've had a few comments about I don't put it over my nose. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I breathe in and out through my mouth. Because I find it weird sometimes with masks and my glasses. Did I need a mask to cut the wood here? Probably not, but I just put it on around my mouth anyway, with it being pallet wood. And I tend not to breathe through my nose. Anyway, so that one puts that one to bed, doesn't it? So anyway, just go in and just measure up to the sizes I need. Got my little sort of steady there to keep everything nice and level. And it's just, these are nice easy projects for you to do. Pallet wood's really good in it for just practicing your sort of like craft, your hobby. It's all well and good. So it's morning here and the weather's shocking in the UK. I don't know what the weather's like where you are. No doubt some of you will come on and say it's cracking flags. That means really sunny or not. So I'm just ripping these down to 3.5 centimetres. Using my DeWalt job site saw. I love this saw, it's really good. It's really accurate out the box. And I'm going to be doing some videos where I'm going to make a table sled, a tapering jig. I'm just waiting for some micro jig clamps to come. I'm going to make a few little jigs and that I can use for my saw, so they will all be future videos. And don't forget the Sunday video. I've got a really good project coming on Sunday, which is not a pallet project. It's some other wood I've had in my back sort of gazebo. I've got a gazebo out the back, and I store a bit of wood in there that I've had for a while, and it's just something I've seen, a project I've seen on YouTube, and I like the look of it, and I just want to put my own spin on it. So that'll be coming out Sunday. So as I always say, don't forget, if you're watching, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, comment and share, and whatever else YouTube thing is. I ain't got a clue. And you can use the super thanks if you like what I'm doing to support me, and to buy more wood and to buy better stuff to improve the channel. I always keep things real for you all. I'm not going to go into the fakery like a lot of them do. So I'm just using pocket holes here for this, and there's no rhyme or reason why I'm using the pocket holes. I just thought I'd use them. You could, in hindsight, I could have glued these boards together and done things a little bit differently here, but for the purposes of this project and the video, it was fine. And just to show it, and what I'm using the pallet wood for is practicing different techniques and things I've not done before. So I know I've been doing the pocket holes for a while now, but practice makes perfect, don't it? So if I keep practicing, I'm going to get good at it. I'm still learning what I'm doing with certain stuff. Like I've been doing the lap joints. I'm really enjoying doing lap joints and half lap joints and stuff like that. But just use the pocket hole jig for little projects. So I'm just marking out here. Again, there's a lot of marking out on these two little projects. And you'll see at the end, like, I think they come out really nice, what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm quite surprised how nice they come up. Now, on the last project, I was a bit peeved that I sounded them back too much and there weren't enough character in the wood, and a lot of people said they liked that on the comments and things like that, but everybody's different, and so I do put a bit of character into these boards. Well, Shelley does. So I'm just working out what size Forstner bit I wanted for this, and it was I think this was 25mm. I'm just going through. I've just got a board. I've put one down so it'll trace it onto that, and then a sacrificial board at the back. And these are just for handles, so you're getting sort of a clue what one of the projects is here. Your battery starts dying here on drill, so I do change the battery. Let me know where you're all from. I've asked that before, haven't I? It's ever so cold here, and I must start getting my coat on. Big goat. Just nice and easy. There's no rush with anything. I'm just striking a line across the top of them circles there, and then I'll just go in with a jigsaw. Now, I have purchased myself a new jigsaw. You won't see it in this video. And router. One of my problems here in a small space is cords like that there everywhere, and I'm constantly either worried about them going near the blade or I'm tripping over them. So I've saved up and I've bought myself a cordless trim router and jigsaw, which you'll see in future videos. Paid for by my money, not sponsored by nobody or anything like that. If I ever do like that, I will tell you. I try and keep everything as real as possible, but this has been something I've been meaning to do, and it's a safety thing, really. Well, that's what I tell Shelley anyway. Just, you know, guys out there, if your partner start moaning about you buying tools, just bring in the old health and safety argument. It works wonders. So I just go over things here with a router. So on my Sunday video, like I said to you, I'm going to be doing a weigh-in because I want to start losing some weight. I know it's sort of totally random, nothing to do with woodworking, but it's to help me push me to lose a bit of weight. So I've stopped the smoking, stopped the drinking, and I want to start now losing a bit of weight. There's been watching a few other YouTubers that have lost a bit of weight, and they look really good. I think I don't know if you guys watch Flynn Dog over in the States. He looks like he's lost a bit of weight. I've not spoke to him, but he's looking really well for it. Go and check his channel out. He does tool reviews, all that kind of stuff, and they're really good. I like watching him. Authentic is the word. So just gluing things here together with 25mm brads and a bit of glue here. Now, what I'm finding, and what you will find, and I don't know if any sort of other woodworkers, carpenters and joiners will agree with this. I'm not a carpenter and joiner, by the way. But the smaller things, if you can master the smaller things, the bigger things that you make seem easier. I find that if the smaller the item, the harder it is. I don't know whether that was like in the antiques world years ago when you used to get apprentices and they used to make apprentice pieces, and you always used to be like miniature versions of a piece of furniture or something, and if they could master that, they could master the full size thing. It's a bit similar to this hobby woodworking. If you can, you know, like these are mini plant pot holders that I'm making here, and I found these more difficult to make than the bigger plant pots I did in one of the previous videos. and they come out. I love these. They were really nice, really decorative for the home. You know, you got that like them little spaces that you just like a windowsill or something like that, or on a table somewhere, a table centre or something like that. These are superb, and I'm sure if you made these, you could sell these quite easily. I don't know what price you'd put on them. I don't know what price I'd get for them. I mean, suggest prices to me. I mean, I might start making them and sell them and put them on Facebook Marketplace myself. But it's like everything with all these projects. There'll be projects where they're just not cost effective to make. They look good, but for what you can get to what they cost to make and time involved, it doesn't work out. So, and then there's the project I'm doing for the Sunday video. I think will be one of them projects where it's cost effective. It'll be easy to ship via a private courier. You won't be able to ship this like through the post, but I think there'll be plenty of profit in it. So watch that video on Sunday and let me know. So just gluing everything up, and just spread that glue. Make sure that glue's got enough sort of coverage there. And I just go in again with a 25mm brads down the sides. And as you probably know, this is a tray, but it's out of pallet wood. So you see people making fancy trays out of oak and walnut and all that kind of stuff. Now, them guys must have started somewhere with bits of scrap and all that kind of stuff. You could make this out of your scrap wood piles and pallet wood, and you could sell them. You know, you won't get a lot of money for them, but you can make them and you can customise them to your taste and to what your customer wants. Now, Shelley's going in here with like a dark black stain, and in the end, what I end up doing is scuffing it back a bit, and it does come out really smart. And she's going in here with a different sort of shade of stain here. See, I'm not happy with the pocket holes really there in the bottom. I should have done that a bit differently. That was a bit lazy of me. I should have glued them and maybe I haven't got a biscuit joint, or you could have biscuit jointed them at the bottom with some glue and stuff. I probably didn't need to pocket hole. I just think I've got a pocket hole frenzy at the minute. I think it's my favourite tool at the moment. And there she is. Butter won't melt, would it? Everything I make, she robs. So I'm just going in with my little Mousecraft sampling with a 180 grit here, just to take the harshness off it and just to knock that grain back so it just comes through the stain. You don't have to stain these, but you could paint these. Another thing I was going to do was paint them white, and I was going to scuff them back that way, give them more of a rustic sort of vibe. But the whole essence of this is like, when people look at these, they know they're handmade. So I'm just going in with some acrylic car lacquer here. Make sure when you're using any sprays or anything, you've got the proper mask on for this. Like I've got this mask on with, I don't know what the name of the filters are, but the special filters that stop you breathing it in, can be nasty stuff. So look at them. I mean, they could have been done a little bit deeper, or I could have put a lip round the end. I think I was just rushing to get the video out, but they do look really nice. And guess what? Shelley's claimed them. They're for the house now. You know, so that's that. But you can make these. What cool little Christmas presents these would be. Christmas gifts, birthday presents, Mother's, Father's Day gifts, all that kind of stuff. And that's the tray. The trays come out really nice. And it's really solid, strong and robust. It's a nice thing. And I think Shelley's taking a mickey out me there. Look at my teacup. She's put me tea in. Anyway, on to the next video. I will see you all on Sunday. And don't forget to watch. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. You're all amazing, like I always say. But it's always genuine coming from me. So thanks for watching. See you Sunday.